Saturday, 6 p.m. E19 highway, Belgium. A man was on his knees in a dark forest, breathing heavily, throwing papers into the trees, and tiny diamonds sparkled on the ground. Just hours earlier, he had helped pull off what many believed was impossible. The greatest diamond heist in history. But in a single moment of panic, everything began to fall apart. To understand how we got here, we need to go back. Back to Antwerp. Antwerp, Belgium. A city built on diamonds. By day, its streets are filled with traders, merchants, and millions of dollars worth of precious stones changing hands. Security is everywhere. Armed police patrol the district. Cameras watch every corner. Every movement is monitored. And at the center of it all stands the Antwerp Diamond Center, home to one of the most secure vaults in the world. A vault that many believed was impossible to rob. Just a few streets away from the Diamond Center sat a man named Leonardo Notarbartolo. To everyone around him, he was a successful diamond trader from Italy. Friendly, well-dressed, respectable. But behind that charming smile was one of Europe's most skilled jewel thieves. Leonardo had spent years stealing from the rich and the powerful. And on this ordinary afternoon, someone was about to offer him the biggest job of his life.
I know you. I am not here to waste time. Just a single question. Can you rub there?
For days, I studied the vault. I photographed every security system he could find. If you ask how, it's easy. I just ran out an office at there as a merchant. I photographed every camera, every access point. Then I went home and analyzed everything. The vault was protected by a 3-ton steel door. Behind it was a highly sophisticated lock that required a specially designed key. An electronic monitoring system constantly exchanged signals with security sensors throughout the vault. Any interruption could trigger an alert. CCTV cameras watched the building around the clock. Motion sensors monitored movement. Thermal sensors searched for body heat. And also a light sensor. And even if someone somehow bypassed all of that, there was still the coded access system protecting the final layer. Every security measure supported the others. The vault wasn't protected by one system. It was protected by dozens. I spent days searching for a weakness. And the more I learned, the worse the situation looked. No matter how many photographs I took, no matter how many plans I drew, the conclusion was always the same. The vault couldn't be robbed. At least not from the outside. For the first time since arriving in Antwerp, I began to wonder if the experts were right. Maybe this was one vault that simply couldn't be cracked.
Okay. Give me the photos and wait for my call.
Yes.
It's me. Come to address that I have sent you.
What are we doing here?
Don't ask. Just come.
What? How do you make this?
It's a full version of your photos. Now what do you think? Could be robbed.
Amazing. And who are they?
Let me introduce. The first was a man known as Genius. That wasn't his real name. It was a nickname he had earned. Genius had an unusual talent. He could look at an alarm system, a sensor, or a security device, and understand how it worked. While most people saw a wall, he saw weaknesses. If there was a flaw in the system, Genius would find it. Then came Muscle, the largest member of the group. Strong, disciplined, and dependable under pressure. His job wasn't to solve problems. It was to make sure the operation continued when things became difficult. When everyone else was stressed, Muscle stayed calm. The third member was known as the King of Keys, a master locksmith. The kind of man who could study a lock for hours. Every groove, every pin, every mechanism. To him, locks weren't obstacles. They were puzzles. And sooner or later, he always found a solution. The final member was Speedy, the driver. But calling him a driver doesn't tell the whole story. Speedy could navigate city streets, highways, and escape routes with remarkable precision. He understood timing, traffic, police patrol patterns, and most importantly, he knew how to disappear. Individually, each man had a valuable skill, but together, they became something far more dangerous. A team capable of attempting the impossible.
Okay then. Let's start. First of all, the door. CCTVs. Heat and motion sensor. Combination code. Key. Signal monitoring system. Light sensor. Anyone has idea?
Let me start. About CCTV. We can use matte spray. For example, we can turn this to this.
But what about guards?
This place, due to the many security sensors and numerous cameras, gave police officers a false sense of security. Also, because of the long working hours and the low number of patrols, no one paid much attention to the cameras.
Regarding the key, I can copy it using a method. But how do I get access to a detailed image of the key? You need to do a small task. You have to install a small camera near the main door camera. That way, I can see both the detailed image of the key and the combination code of the safe. Don't worry about the guard either. If he sees you in the image, he won't look at you afterwards. So wait until 10 seconds have passed, then activate the camera.
Now let me talk about the sensors. First, there is a signal control system outside the vault, which is connected to the vault sensors and sends a signal to the vault at all times. I'll come in between the wire that brings the signal and the wire that takes the signal, and I'll splice in a wire so that the signal goes directly from the incoming wire to the outgoing wire and no longer goes to the vault. Let's move on to the motion and heat sensor. Look, we use hairspray on it. That causes our movement and body heat to be detected later. The most important thing for you is to spray the motion and heat sensor on the morning of the robbery without anyone noticing. After that, let's go to the light sensor inside the vault. First, we turn off the lights outside the vault. Then I go inside the vault and cover it with black tape. And then we turn the lights back on.
Thank you for watching the video. Please come again to see the part 2 next week.